this thing started. And let's see. 3, 2, 1. We're coming. It's the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast coming to you live on Double C TV, featuring Darren.
Oh God, we're doomed.
And Double C. Wrestling Gets You Laid. Gotcha. As they take on 5 hours of WWE programming.
I'm pretty sure he fudged it just while he was doing the Hurricane Run. Like, oh God, I don't know how to do this correctly.
Alright, back again. Full staff this time.
Holy crap, why am I here?
Well, that's because we have Raw and SmackDown and Raw to talk about.
Oh, that's right, we do a wrestling podcast. I forget about that sort of thing every now and then.
Yeah. So, anyway, SmackDown from the 5th of July. That's in July. And Monday Night Raw from the 8th. Get this thing. Jump into it. We get an intro from SmackDown. This has been a
long time coming.
Yeah, because last week there were intros, and this is like the first week of full intros for months. Months and months. I guess they finally fired that guy who did the soap opera intro. You know.
Yeah, because I bet that went over as well as a lead pipe in a water bed.
Yeah, I bet that was one of the ideas from that fired creative writer. You know.
They seem to go through writers like I go through toilet paper.
Something like that. Anyways, so this is special SmackDown.
Their ass with it.
Special SmackDown, because the show's
It's a very special SmackDown where we have to have Teddy Long talk about his drug addiction problem.
No.
Well, that's what would happen if it was on like the CW.
Oh, it was on the SmackDown was on the CW at one point. But I digress. Okay, so the show actually starts out with CM Punk. And
Starts with CM Punk. Gotcha.
Yeah, starts with CM Punk. He says that he's going to save the WWE Universe from the usual John Cena dribble that comes in and week out, basically. He says...
Yeah, are you going to start that anytime soon?
Yeah, he says that he's independent. He doesn't do what people tell him. In fact, he does the opposite. That's his gimmick now.
So he's pretty much the I'm gonna do it this way. You know, the idiot you can fool easily by saying, do not shoot yourself in the head.
Well, then. Okay. Alright, so he says he wants Brock Lesnar because he attacked him a few weeks ago. And he wants...
You're not saying it correctly. It's Brock Lesnar!
And the WWE title, and he's going to win Money in the Bank because he's done it twice already.
And third time's always a charm.
And Alberto Del Rio, he interrupts. He says, "This is my show! You people are sheep, and you didn't know what's good for you." Something like that. It's very hard to piece together.
Are you saying that his accent is so thick you couldn't understand a single word he was saying?
That's it. That's the thing. He doesn't have that much of an accent.
I was gonna say, well, gee, somebody's jumping on the Zeb Coulter bandwagon. I was about to say that if you were gonna say yes.
However, CM Punk points out that Alberto Del Rio was a big phony when he was a face. Because everyone else did too.
Well, he was a big phony when he was a heel as well. To be quite honest, they're all big phone. Sheamus is a big phony right now.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to take a face seriously when he, acts like a jerk, like an ass most of the time.
However, Teddy Long interrupts. He goes, "Hold on there, players. I'm going to make a match. You two are in the main event."
I was going to say, hold on, let my clairvoyance come in. Teddy Long I'm gonna see a match in the future. It's gonna involve the guys in the ring right now.
There's only two of them.
God. There's only 2 of them, so it's gonna be a one-on-one match.
So we got
My
that.
God, am I psychic?
Oh. Yeah. Basically. So we have that to look forward to. Next.
Not bad, because those 2 are actually decent wrestlers.
Yeah. Next, we go with CM Punk backstage. He's with Paul Heyman. Heyman goes, "You don't have to do this match. I'm going to try to, stop it for you." And Punk's going, "No, don't. I want to fight." And Heyman goes, "Okay, fine." He walks away. Yeah.
Well, that accomplished a lot.
No, it did. More on that later. However, match number 1, the Usos versus the Rhodes Scholars. And the Usos have a new double team move. It's the...
And what's that?
It's the double splash. See, one guy in the middle and both of them splash him at the same time.
So they just pancake each other like a giant gangbang is what you're saying.
Basically. Yeah.
That's a lovely image. It's hard to defend this show not gay when shit like that happens.
And right afterwards, the Shield have a promo with Shaky Cam on the Titantron.
Because we're so badass and we don't know how to actually hold a hammer steady.
Actually, it's not as shaky as it used to be.
They're not eating the camera?
They're not eating the camera this time. I'll give them that.
So they found somewhat of a hold. Now all they have to do is get a tripod and they might be golden.
Yeah. I think they're using like a boom stand or something. Maybe? Anyways. They say the losses that they have suffered will only make them more focused for their title match, which is on the Kickstarter show.
Pretty much it's the Kickstarter show. The tag team match is the Kickstarter show.
Yeah. It's not a pre-show because The Miz is not wrestling.
No, it's a Kickstarter show.
Yeah. Kickoff. Funded by Kickstarter.
Yes, because WWE needs money.
Next up, we have Alicia Fox versus Caitlyn. Oh boy.
And I'm phasing out.
AJ skips around the ring. Alicia Fox wins with a roll-up. So, and that makes Caitlyn extremely pissed off and chases after AJ. AJ is running for her life. As we go backstage, she gets with Big E and says, "Let's run away!" And Big E goes, "Oh, really?" AJ goes, yeah, and then they leave.
And I'm back. What happened?
AJ is running scared.
Whatever. Moving on.
Next up, we have a Randy Orton Christian backstage interview thing where Christian goes, "I beat Randy Orton. Remember that time I did?" And then Randy Orton's like, "Yeah, and I beat you again. And I'm going to beat you one more time. I'm Randy Orton."
I'm Randy Orton, and I'm trying my hellest to be a heel face thingy.
Yeah. Which, I touched on this last week, how the both Money in the Bank matches all have one type of wrestler in them. I mean, the All-Star match all have faces, and then the SmackDown one has heels.
That bugs me about that. How the hell did Dean Ambrose get into that match?
U.S. champion?
Bullshit. I call bullshit on this one. He has the U.S. championship. He should be happy with that.
My question is...
If not, he can suck my hairy balls.
What about Fandango?
Well, he can suck my hairy balls just for the sake of it.
Third match of the night. Randy Orton versus Christian. This match, once again, had a lot of counters because, hey, they feuded for 3 months.
They feuded for a while, and they probably know how each other, how they work, and they probably can work off one another.
Yep. Basically, the whole 5 moves of doom thing doesn't work on either of them. So,
Isn't it? That seemed the same thing for like Punk's match with Randy Orton last night with the main event.
Yeah, it was like that, yeah. But
Which actually is more fun to watch it like that. It actually makes it... Because I will give him that. Not doing the 5 moves of doom, or at least splitting them up in a way that makes them more dynamic. They are recognizable, but it's not sequential, and it's not like, oh, he's going to do this, and then he's going to do this, and then he's going to do this, and it's not boring. So I'll give him that. That mixing it up actually does work and actually makes it entertaining, because it makes it a little bit more suspenseful. Who would have thunk?
Randy Orton wins this match again, because he can really beat Christian. Next, we go backstage with Teddy Long with Paul Heyman. And Teddy goes, "Now, Punk wants to do things that other people don't want him to do, so I'm going to do the exact same thing, and I want you on commentary."
Why? Because apparently he's a good commentator.
Yeah. JBL goes, "What?" But apparently... it's one of those segments where they're supposed to be quiet, but it got through anyway.
Apparently JBL was not informed of this ahead of time.
Yes.
You know, you should put that on the dossier every now and then.
Yeah. That'll be on Botchamania. Next up, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre. In a match where Dolph Ziggler shows off his new gimmick.
What is his new gimmick?
He can slip through everyone. He's a tricky bastard where he can't get a hold of... Yeah, it's like he put extra oil on him or something. You know, like the greasy pig. Sort of.
So that's a lovely image. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Besides the fact I've seen his white ass, his bare bone white ass, and now, imagine him with more grease on it. Just, you're making this more and more pleasant. People wonder why I don't give a shit about Dolph Ziggler. Well, nobody wonders that. Okay, maybe one person very quietly in the corner who's playing with himself.
Anyways, so...
Am I going on?
Ziggler wins and avoids the 3-man band attack twice. Because he gets back into the ring just to get out of there. Because he's showing off. Yeah.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's a bit of an idiot.
Okay. Next up, we have a YouTube video of Zeb Coulter. And he rants about dangerous fireworks from across the border. Apparently, he doesn't like Roman candles. Because they're Roman.
Does anybody want to inform him that most of those candles are actually made in the USA? Hell, I live in Pennsylvania, where most of those candles actually come from.
Well, I didn't single out the Roman candles, but basically he goes, all those illegal fireworks that you sneak across the border, he does a little sneak thing, to Mexico, where they're not safe.
Yeah? Like ours are 10 times more safer?
I know, you're shooting off explosives. Safe explosive, what?
There are two words that do not go together. Safe explosive.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, if a professional is using them, explosives can be safe. But when you're a jackass, high and drunk off of the shit you just smacked down in the 4th of July, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be very professional.
Right. Okay, main event time. CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio. And a match where Del Rio targets the shoulder of Punk. He seems
to be... I noticed that on Raw as well.
Yeah. Something's probably up that Punk is not saying anything about.
He's being a trooper.
Yeah.
Like he always is.
Alberto Del Rio takes a shot on Paul Heyman, knocks him over.
Gives him a nice black eye that we see a little bit later.
Yeah. CM Punk goes ballistic. There's a double count out. Let's see. GTS. In the middle of the ring. Show ends. Yeah. So. Smackdown.
So, pretty much proving that Punk is awesome. He's literally getting into his Wolverine persona.
Yeah.
Because literally, if you just add Bub at the end of everything he says.
I'm the best in the world, Bub.
Well, one of his catchphrases now is, I'm the best at what I do, Bub. Without the Bub. Just add a Bub to the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a Wolverine. That's pretty much what Wolverine says all the damn time.
Right.
So he's getting into the Wolvie Berserker Rage persona, which is awesome because I can agree with that.
Okay. Okay, before we get to Raw, we have Indie Spot! Indie Spot. So look around, Feds, namely the ones that I look at. The problem again with the ring being, bad and taping multiple shows at once, you seem to run into a lot of, repeats. However, they did have a sort of tribute thing to the passing of, what was it? I think Matt Bourne, the original Doink.
Aw, that's sad to hear.
Yeah, he had his start in Portland wrestling, so
It's nice that they gave him a nice.
Yeah, he wrestled like a couple times in this latest iteration too. So, yeah.
It's always good. It's always good to show the respects.
Yep. Because everyone starts somewhere.
And it's usually at the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trust me. If you've seen like Beyond the Mat, that wrestling documentary that shows like behind the scenes of what a lot of indie guys do, or if you talk to a bunch of indie guys, like I had a friend who used to be in the indie spots a little bit, and she was talking about taking down the rings, setting up the seats, drilling with the guys, how all that fearful stuff. And to be quite honest, I'm impressed with what you have to do as a professional, like to do professional wrestling from the ground floor, because that shit's hard work.
Yeah. Another good documentary about the indie feds is Card Subject to Change. It's on Netflix. You should check it out.
That sounds kind of cool. I do have to check that out.
Okay. Now, we get to Monday Night Raw. Yay. And the show starts, first of all, with an intro.
Hooray.
Bright lights, all that stuff. Bring it to the down. Come on. Show starts off with Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox. They have a ladder. She climbs the ladder and pleads with the people for her to keep her job. And announces the card, which includes another stupid face-to-face with John Cena and his opponent, which we did last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. What else is on the card?
Money in the Bank, not qualifier, but people in the Money in the Bank matches are facing each other.
Alright, what are the matches? Because there can be some good matches out of that.
Well, we have Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, which starts off the show.
I can live with that. That sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah. This was a great match.
This was a really good match. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, both of these guys put on their A game last night.
Yeah. So, we have no lock into the cloverleaf to roll up.
That was beautifully done.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan wins. Sheamus is shocked that he lost a match, but gives a handshake anyway.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much, is this going to be the thing where he's getting that Daniel Bryan is going to get the handshake from everybody when he beats them?
Could be. There used to be a string of that when SmackDown first branched off in 2002. A lot of good matches with Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. And stuff like that.
Hey, you never know. Those could always turn out to be the best.
We have a series of vignettes for the Wyatt compound. They sent an intern, aka a journalist. They call it journalist. We know it's an intern.
We know it's an intern, and in kayfabe standards, I think he was eaten by them.
Probably. Because you know those interns.
I'm sorry, I'm just a cruel bastard, and just that image of the Wyatt family eating this guy as like a social sacrifice to the House of their monstrous. That just sounds so awesome in my eyes. Yeah. It's evil as all hell, but
the first one has the doomed intern asking for directions.
As obviously doing the whole gas scene from like horror movies.
Yeah.
Going up there, huh?
That's hot good. Okay, so next up we go backstage with AJ, Big E, and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler once again tries to talk some sense into AJ and saying that she doesn't need to do all these mind games with an opponent you've already beaten. AJ says something like that. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
I'll still do them. Yeah. Pretty much she's going, I'm not listening, la 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 la.
Basically. Now we have our second match of the night, The Shield versus Tons of Funk. And
well, to be quite honest, it's just Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Tons of Funk.
Yeah.
Because it's not a 3-way versus 2-way match.
Okay.
Gotta be specific, because somebody's gonna call us out on it.
I want them to. Get some.
Man, you're a sadist.
I want some interaction with the fans or haters. Anything. Anyways.
Yes, because that's the most lovely idea in the world. Have people hate you to watch you.
Yeah. Anyways, Shield win with the spear from Roman Reigns. Next, a vignette from the Wyatt family. Chopping wood, I call it, because those...
Old man is chopping wood.
Yeah, old man is chopping wood. Yeah. Now we come to the stupid face-to-face with John Cena and Mark Henry. And Mark Henry says that he's a new man. John Cena says that when Henry loses, he'll lose everything because he has nothing to fall back on. Mark Henry just laughs it off, saying, John Cena, you're so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. I was just like, whatever, move on. Can we see some wrestling, please?
Henry crosses the line and beats John Cena up.
Should I be happy?
No, because this is a telltale sign that Cena's gonna retain.
I don't care.
Yeah, not very many people do. Next up, Randy Orton's backstage interview. He says, CM Punk is not the best, because I'm Randy Orton.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Yep. Next match, Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel. With The Miz on commentary, so we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so you can see this coming a 5-mile way.
Yep. Curtis Axel is distracted by The Miz. Codebreaker Jericho wins, giving Curtis Axel his first loss.
Does it feel... this guy is supposed to be built up as so Mr. Perfect. You'd think they would give him a better way to lose other than this. You'd figure that would be like a pay-per-view sort of thing.
mean, he's just darting out with the whole perfect thing. He's not going to be perfect to the square root of perfect.
Okay, now you just blew my mind.
Next up, we have a backstage interview, sort of, with the Rhodes Scholars and everyone else on the Smackdown thing.
And Wade Baird punches out Fandango.
Mm-hmm. Which was
that
hilarious.
That was hilarious, and I could watch that over and over again.
So, next up, we have another vignette for the Wyatt family. It's I call it the Dark House segment, because the house, he's actually in the house, and it's dark. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next up, Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara. In an extremely boring match, you can hear a pin drop.
I'm pretty sure there was a chant of boring in this match.
Probably. Dolph Ziggler decides to interrupt, and well,
he tries to talk smack
in his most flat promo he's ever done.
And this is coming from a guy who's already washboard flat.
Yeah. There wasn't very much,
It was boring, let's just get it out of the way. It was boring, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. I think the problem is that WWE expects when heels to go face to pretty much wash away most of the attitude from the heel persona.
Or at least be good enough and liked by the crowd that the heel persona thing is pushed into the backside.
Yeah, however, that doesn't happen that often. And
it happens every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Alberto Del Rio at the beginning was getting good praise. But then he started doing shenanigans like Sheamus, and it just got boring.
Yeah. I mean, Ziggler could be goofy and, saying that he's the best and, nobody can touch him and all that stuff. That's fine. But
we've heard it better. And we've heard it far, far more than this. And I repeat myself, we've heard it better. When CM Punk says that he's the best in the world, you believe it. When Dolph Ziggler says it, you just hear, yeah, whatever, I'm awesome.
Yeah. Oh, up next.
That's the difference between the two.
Yeah. Up next, we have the big job evaluation for Vicky Guerrero.
And I could give two shits about this because, to be quite honest, I realized this when I was watching this. The GM does not matter. It is literally there to fill a spot.
It is.
And that is so frustratingly boring that I just literally left out of my skull and decided to watch something else.
Alright, well, let me fill you in. Vince wants Vicky to be permanent GM. Triple H says no, she's horrible at her job. That's a quote. Stephanie decides to pass the buck to the WWE app and have the universe decide if she's fired or stays. And the poll says 75-25 that Vicky...
Out of curiosity, was that failure 75-25? Do you think that was staged, or do you think that was actual?
I think that's actual. Because people will want the heels out of power no matter what.
Because they're dumbasses.
Yep. So Vicky pretty much breaks down in tears. Commercial break.
Just pretty much goes manic.
Yeah. Backstage, Vince names... Oh yeah, Brad Maddox is the new GM.
Saying that we deserved it. Because apparently he's bad at his job.
Yeah. and watch him be the best.
Yeah, and the last few weeks we've been seeing Brad pretty much helping out Vicky and scooping up all her shit that goes behind her, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I don't care, but at least when you look at the track record of what Brad Maddox was doing, either the people in the show don't watch their own products, which seems more likely to me, or they have the worst amnesia ever where they forget every week after week.
You know what? I hope, and I pretty much can bet that Brad Maddox will at least be better than Mike Adamle.
Well, a dead horse is better than Mike Adamle. That's not saying much.
Oh, that was
it's like saying Eric Bischoff was better than... It's like saying Eric Bischoff did better in WCW.
Next up, we have a match. Kane versus Christian. Kane wins. Yeah, Kane wins with the chokeslam.
Don't care, but...
We have the last Wyatt vignette.
Afterwards, we get the Wyatt vignette. And I have to say, as an entrance goes, that actually was pretty cool.
Yeah. The big Wyatt reveal with all the lights out, with the lantern.
And him just sitting on the chair, blowing out the lantern. Lights come up, goat guy in, the other guy come in and beat the shit out of Kane. Use the steel stairs, which would never have hit him to begin with.
But they're calling it an injury. And WWE.com says Kane might require surgery and will be out for several months. Yeah.
So they're taking over his place is pretty much what they're saying.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Because they're actually kind of creepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
they're
and
coming.
also I found out who Bray Wyatt is supposed to be. I just heard it on the screen like, Husky Harris! It's like, wait a minute. And I know that makes me look like a giant idiot that I can't recognize the guy. With a different outfit on.
But, wow.
But yeah, he can play...
He can pull that off.
He can play creepy-ass cult guy. He can play creepy-ass cult guy. Not good on his own terms. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah. If he's gonna be as hopefully it'll be as creepy as like the Brotherhood of Evil, or crap, I forget what is that called. The Dark Brotherhood, or the thing that Undertaker had during the Attitude Era.
The Ministry.
Oh, the Ministry of Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, Ministry of Brotherhood. What? I forget.
Ministry of Darkness.
Okay, that. Where they crucified people.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
That was cool. And that was actually a looming fucking threat.
Yeah.
If they do the same thing, that would be awesome.
Oh. We go backstage with Vicky, and she's cleaning out her office. Ryback hugs her because we need to bury Ryback as fast as possible.
No, I just saw it as Vicky becoming Ryback's manager.
Maybe. Yep, that actually might happen.
That's what I see it.
Oh. Sixth match of the night. AJ, Alicia Fox versus Caitlyn and Layla.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah. Caitlyn goes ballistic, screwing up the entire match, even to the point where both Layla and Alicia Fox were in the ring together, and we're not fighting each other. That just looked bizarre to me.
I'm more disturbed by the fact of the spear that she gave AJ afterwards.
Well, you see, AJ is very flexible. So that means so she can sell it very well.
She looked like she got freaking folded in two.
Yeah.
Like, she broke a poor girl's back!
She's only 90 pounds!
She's
You're
only
a
90
monster!
pounds soaking wet!
Reminds me of that shot that AJ got from the Big Show. She's only 90 pounds! You're a monster!
Or the super kick Tamina gave her. Just fucking killed her.
For 90% of the match.
Yeah, just, but, boom! Dead.
Oh. Next we go backstage with CM Punk, and he says that he doesn't care about Randy Orton. He's the best. Yeah. Main event time. Randy Orton versus CM Punk.
In a really good end match.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Great match. Go ahead.
These two pull off their shit. There's no other way to say it. That these guys pull off the synergy just right.
Yeah. Which made their match at WrestleMania 27 one of the best on the card. Even though that 27 was like one of the worst ones of all time.
Yeah, it was literally Orton, CM Punk and The Undertaker. Was that Undertaker and Triple H first time or Undertaker Triple H second time?
Undertaker Triple H first time.
Yeah, that was like those were the big parts of.
Yeah. Yeah. 27 had a lot of problems.
And it wasn't those two. Let's just put that out there.
Yep. So really great match. You should watch it. Watch it on Hulu Plus or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I recommend watching it. Just as a suggestion of showing how you can do a good wrestling match in modern times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's nothing like a Daniel Bryan match.
Oh.
Where apparently he can turn anything into pure gold.
Yeah. And he shows up afterwards, after the match. Not during the match, afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards in the match, and then he just freaking kills everybody.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, CM Punk did win that match with a GTS. The only finisher in the match, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't like wasn't a staggering RKO, GTS. It was slipping out of the RKO, slipping out of the GTS, as trying to pull off their secondary finishers, and then get into their final big one.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Daniel Bryan goes ballistic. Rabid goat time.
Kicks the shit out of everybody.
Gets a ladder and climbs up the ladder for the briefcase.
And literally plucks it off and says...
Mm-hmm.
Which I do have to admit, that's ballsy.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting everyone else to come out too, but nope. Now.
Well, seeing as how vastly ass-kicked that he gave both Randy Orton and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was going to say, hopefully maybe we see a CM Punk Daniel Bryan match after this.
I wish.
We can only hope. Please make it possible.
I want to see that feud again.
That was an awesome feud.
Yes. I saw one of their matches live. It was awesome.
Of course it's awesome. Those two guys working off each other can make the Rock just... It can make the world rock. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Oh. Money in the Bank predictions.
To be quite honest, I see Daniel Bryan getting the WWF one.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the fair fact that he's looking so good at the moment.
Right. However, him getting the briefcase at the end of Raw makes me doubt. Because I'm worried now. Because, they do this, they tease something, and then do something completely opposite 99% of the time.
Maybe. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so
I
Daniel
don't give a shit. So my guess is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. SmackDown 1. We have a bunch of heels. I've got on record that I want Antonio Cesaro, but I have a feeling it will be Wade Barrett.
I was going like, what person makes the most logical sense? And Wade Barrett just came to mind. That seems like the most person you want to put in there. I don't know why, but that just seems like the right person.
Yeah, and according to Dirt Sheets, they've been wanting to put Wade Barrett in the Money in the Bank for a few years now for him to win it.
I can see why they want to do that. You know, the guy's not bad, but you give him something like this, he might get like one of the bigger shots.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, and WWE title, Cena retains, right?
Yep.
World title.
Don't care really. Honestly, this whole thing just shakes of me not giving a crap.
I want Ziggler to win, but I have a feeling that once he wins, he's gonna get cashed in.
I can see that.
You know,
because honestly, all this just reeks of wasting time until the real mid-card guy comes in to make this good.
Yeah. Let's see what else. IC title.
Ryback IC title is The Miz versus Axel.
Yeah.
Versus Axel. I don't know. Because honestly, I haven't seen enough of them interacting enough to make a decision.
Yeah, I say Axel because champion's advantage. I don't know.
Just because.
Yeah.
Because we're drawing it out of a freaking hat, let's be honest.
Yeah, basically. Let's see. Oh, you mentioned the Ryback Chris Jericho. Jericho. Yeah. Ryback's on his way out. It seems like. Let's see what else. Anything else?
Oh yeah, the Divas title.
Oh, yeah, I think Caitlin's gonna become the champion again because it just seems like AJ has gone too far.
Maybe, but I don't care enough to honestly make a decision already because either way, it's just as bland as it always is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. Okay, so I guess that wraps up Money in the Bank. So, next week.
So, hopefully something better comes next week, and we see more of the Wyatt family.
Yeah. So next week we have SmackDown, we have the Money in the Bank, and we have the Raw Fallout thing, all into one big show, really big show. So that means that we will see you next time on the Sunset Flip Wrestling Podcast.
Smart ass wise comment. Insert it here.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.